Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for support if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye.
So, are you going to cry in every video that you make? It might be a question some people are asking. And who knows, in this season, maybe. I am the weeping prophet. Except Jeremiah wept because he wept. Because of the coming destruction, I weep because I can feel the coming restoration. And in Jeremiah's time, nobody saw the coming destruction except him. And in my time, I sometimes wonder if anybody sees the coming restoration except me. And for so long I sat silent because I was told I wasn't good enough, or hadn't mentored under so-and-so long enough, or I hadn't paid my dues. And it's like, the world looked at David and would have rejected him as king. But God chose him because of his heart and because of where his heart was. And I believe I've been chosen to sound the alarm because so many are not ready for the wealth transfer, and I want you to be. Because this matters a lot to me, because I have the revelation, and now it's my job to go tell people to wake up, to improve your skill sets, to get better, to grow. Because this is not finance or investment advice. I think we have 2 years, and I'm working on an idea I have as to why, and timelines, and just the revelation keeps coming. But I'm not even crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because the weightiness of the revelation that God keeps pouring out. You know, people are like, I just wish I had more money. Or I just need more money and everything will be okay. And then you look at these examples in the Bible, and another one that came up in my spirit today was the example of the widow who had the prophet come into her house, and Elijah says, make me some bread. And she says, I have but just a little, enough for my son and I to eat so that we may not die. And how many people feel like they're in that place where it's like, oh, I have enough, but it's just enough to keep me from dying. And it's why I do coaching and stuff, to help unlock these things in people, to just help them thrive. So we know how the story goes, because the woman ends up getting a bunch of oil, but the oil was limited to the amount of pots that she was able to go get. So yes, she got pots from her neighbors and friends and family, and she had them all throughout her house, but it's like, could she have gotten more? And there's examples of preparedness in the Bible, right? It was about to rain. They go and they dig ditches, and the amount of water they capture is equal to the ditches that they carve out. And we talk about the talents, and people look at that story, but they miss the part where each of the people with the talents was given according to his own abilities. And then you look at the abilities of the Christian church today, and you say, like, we have a bunch of people who are just functioning on the lowest level possible. Like, they're not good at their work. They're not good at their jobs. They have no skills. They're sitting there saying, Jesus, please rescue me and give me lots of money. And it's like, sorry to be blunt here, but why would God give you lots of money if you suck? What do you mean by suck? I mean, like, you're not trying. Like, you're not trying to get better. You're not trying to develop skills because you have the attitude, well, either God's going to make me rich or I'm going to win the lottery or Jesus is just going to come tomorrow. He ain't coming tomorrow. Well, how do you know, Matt? We don't know the time or the season or the day or whatever. I just know. Because what he's giving me in my head and in my spirit is a blueprint for the next 10 or 15 or 20 years makes no sense if he's coming tomorrow. Why would I be the weeping prophet? Did I come up with that nickname? No, God dropped that in my spirit. So God drops that nickname in my spirit, then reveals to me that Jeremiah was the original weeping prophet, and that I'm the sign of restoration coming, not the sign of destruction. So it's a latter rain portion, prophetic anointing, and people are like, dude, you're out of your mind. I'm in the most sound place of my mind I have ever been in my life so far, and it only keeps getting sounder. I'm a little sad because it's like, well, I really haven't had anyone. I had one person join the group off my last video, and it's like, what the heck am I doing? And then I have to have an honest conversation with myself because it's like, well, dude, since September you've averaged one video a week. Well, yeah, but I do lots of stuff for my group. Yeah, but for the public, you do one video a week, man. Like, what do you expect to generate in terms of new business when you do one when you do one video a week? Like, it's just not enough. If I was coaching me and I was sitting here, oh, yeah, things are going really good, my coaching business and everything, but it's like, I need more growth. It's like, well, yeah, dude, you need to make more than one video a week publicly and put it out. And so now I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? 3 videos a week, 4 videos? I'm still working that out, but some of us need to have those honest conversations with ourselves because we're struggling because of us. It's like this point of insanity where people are like, yeah, I'm going to blame God because it's God's fault. What? He's the one perfect person. Like, he's the only person that's ever been alive on the earth as a man who was perfect throughout his entire life. And you're going to sit there and blame him as if it's his fault. No, look in the mirror, man. Like, you just need to be better. It's not that you suck. You just need to be better. You need to figure out, what changes do I need to make? And what inputs do I need to change? What thoughts do I need to change, right? As a man thinketh, so is he. Well, going into this wealth transfer, if you're thinking like a lottery winner, it's like, well, I just need money to be rescued. Well, okay. But if you have that persona going into it, that's how you're going to come out of it. Because you're not going to make the changes once you have the money, because it's too late at that point, because you already have the money. And then you're stressed, panicked, and anxious because, oh no, my bank account balance is going down and I need to find investments and this and that. And you're trying to panic to try and find investments because you didn't plan ahead and you didn't put in the time to actually change how you thought and your mindset. So you weren't under the effects of stress anymore, so that you weren't in a panicked emotional state when money came. And just like, connect the dots, please. People are thinking, like, we're only ever going to get one financial blessing. Well, that's a really crappy way to think, because to me and many others, it appears that there's multiple vessels that God is opening up here. Kim Clement talked about this in 2013, how there were 8 different vessels. Yeah, dude, he also said it was going to be 2014 that they were going to be unstopped. Yeah, you don't really understand what that means. And again, criticizing the prophets, how is that productive? The prophets are here to help you, and then people don't support them, and they just sit there and they're being critical, and then, well, why don't I hear from God? Because you're crapping on the prophets that he sends to talk to you. Like, culturally, we need to wake the bleep up. Seriously. We treat our pastors and prophets like crap, and then we just, like, put out more, pastor. Why? You don't support him. You don't even tithe in your own church. But yet it's, every time your pastor gets up, it's dance, pastor, dance. Well, maybe if you actually, like, supported your pastor and poured into your church the way that you were supposed to, in giving the tenth and giving the tithe, your pastor's soul would be a lot better. Because I'll tell you, for a decade, I poured out in my gifts for nothing. And it was so draining. Because we have to understand that everything is energy. So when somebody is pouring out energy for you and to you, and then there's nothing getting poured back, you run out of energy eventually. There has to be an equal trade. So when somebody continually pours out way more than they get back, then their soul starts to suffer. Right? Paul said in the New Testament, I pray above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. Well, understand, the people that are feeding you, they need their souls to prosper. And when you refuse to support them, encourage them, pour out anything at all, like, what do you think's going to happen? They just continue to pour out for nothing. Like, that's not how it works. So we really need a significant wake-up call within the wealth transfer community, and we need to look at, like, what are we doing? If things aren't working, you need to do something different. Okay, God, what do I need to change? Like, have an honest conversation with God and an honest conversation with yourself to look at what needs to change. What books do I need to read? What groups do I need to be a part of? What videos do I need to watch? Like, obviously, if you're stuck and you've been stuck for 20 years and it's just, well, I just need more money. You don't, because I promise you, you could get more money and you'd be broke in 2 or 3 years because you're not in the place to create wealth. That's why you're struggling right now. And most Christians don't take any action towards anything because we've just been taught, oh, everything happens through osmosis. No, the Bible says that faith without works is dead. Well, what does that mean? If we believe for something and then we don't take any action towards it, it doesn't happen. So when we believe for something, we need to take corresponding action. That's part of the reason I created my group on Thursdays. So for some of you watching this, that's going to resonate. Like, my video is going to resonate, and you need to be part of my group. I'm not looking for everyone to be part of this. This is for people who know that they're called, like, I need to connect with that guy. You can join my group. We meet on Thursday nights on Zoom. We talk about things, all kinds of things to help prepare us for the wealth transfer. The calls are awesome. You get access to all the recordings from previous calls, and those are worth thousands of dollars on their own. And you can join for as little as $30, $30, $60, or $100 a month US. That comes from a 30, 60, or 100-fold revelation that God had given me. And you also get discounts on coaching. Group coaching I'm going to be launching starting next week on the 30th of January. And you get discounts on that. Like, there's just so many things there. And then after the wealth transfer happens, it's going to be important to have the right community. Because how many people are going to understand, like, what you've gone through, the growth, and all this stuff, and it's like, do you not think that there's a chance that God is strategically bringing a bunch of people that think very similarly, that all resonate with the stuff that I'm getting in terms of revelation, where it's like, hey, might be a good idea to be connected with that guy? Because you see what I'm like. Imagine what the community that I'm creating is like, and then imagine that, like, 300 to 500 strong of people who are like-minded, who all have different connections, and it's like, hey, I need, like, a broker in Ohio. Hey, you think one of the 500 people in my group might know some, like, that becomes really valuable after the wealth transfer starts. So if you're interested in joining my group, there will be a Patreon link for that down below, an email that you can email me at to inquire about coaching. But if you're going to do coaching, like, join my group, because the discounts are significant on my group in terms of what they get for a rate for coaching, because it's different. Why? Because I want to reward the people that are supporting me. Quite simple, really. That's all I have to pour out for tonight. I need to go eat a pancake or something. So God bless you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And just have these honest conversations now. Because if nothing changes, nothing is going to change. So if you really want 2023 and beyond to be different, you have to do something different.